Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to your pick a pile reading. Actually, pick a plant reading. In this reading, look forward to you defining what needs to be prioritized in your current situation. I took a poll a couple days ago on Instagram to see what the collective would like to hear from, whether that be finance and career or love and romance. It literally equaled into a tie. So, with that being said, I'm giving you the opportunity to choose your energy and what needs to be prioritized for you. So, intuitively, take a look at these three options. I provided this guy since pick a plant. It's watering day. I mean, it is a monumental day. With this, your first option is this beautiful succulent that I am creating in a cyclone manner. Second is this plant, beautiful, another succulent. It has deep red tones, and these are brought to you when this plant is exposed to more sun. So the hotter it gets, the redder it gets. And then number 3, this is also a succulent. I believe it's a samurai succulent. I actually just replanted it to see if I could propagate it from my other samurai succulent, provided by my little one's pots that she painted me. So that's a little bit about each plant. Again, this reading is up to you. Definitely take your time choosing which pile or which plant belongs to you. Next, go to the timestamps and we'll start your reading. I'll give you about 30 seconds, 15 seconds to go back on these plants and pick some advice for you. Go to the one that you were first drawn to. Hey pile 1, if you chose this succulent as your pile, there's definitely something in this message for you. Let's get into it. We already know whatever I'm going to pick up on is what needs to be prioritized, so I'm not going to get too crazy on what needs to be prioritized. We'll figure it out. I want to first define who you are to be sure that you pick the right pile. There's always doubt in mind, even when you are the most intuitive of people. I understand that, especially when it comes to things that mean a lot to you. Let's define what's going on in your situation, who you are, to be sure that I picked up on the right person and the right energy. I'll give you guys 1 or 2 songs to back up this reading. I've asked Spirit to do so, so I'm going to start that after I've defined who you are. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy. You're trying to keep positive, but you're having a very hard time keeping positive because it seems your situation that you're currently dealing with is very hard to escape, and or the heavy energy itself is very hard to escape. I do feel a bit of trapped energy, but ultimately this is something that you are trying to overcome, whether that be taking time to yourself and prioritizing your needs, but it's something that's being done. I feel like you are kind of advocating for yourself in this moment. It looks like you have a secret that you're ready to reveal. Ultimately, this secret has been hidden for a very long time, to the point where you're over it. You're over holding on to it. You're ready to express yourself and ultimately express your love through some type of communication. With this card coming out with this bright red energy, besides her and all of her glory, the energy in this card says that there's major passion coming from the heart chakra, and this passion is in overdrive and or pushing or propelling or unstoppable energy is what I'm getting specifically. So if you feel unstoppable and you feel drawn and looking towards letting go of some secret that you've been holding on to and revealing it, then this reading is for you. Ultimately, it looks like you, yourself, you're ready to move on with this passionate energy. She's again wearing red, again, I mean, her in all of her glory. She is ready to get out there. But ultimately, it says the secret is ready to be revealed and you're ready to move on. So hopefully I've picked up on your energy. I did feel the first blue energy, water energy. If you are a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, there's definitely a message for you in this. I need to get my water. I forgot it. Pause. I apologize. You won't even feel it. See, I told you. Also, while I was running around getting my water, I picked up on the number 6. So with that being an energy that I've picked up on, there's something when it comes to remnants of nostalgic energy and it being a captivating emotional aspect of the situation currently. So whenever you've clicked on this video, that nostalgia, reminiscing, looking back on photos, always kind of in this dream state where you're looking back on old times because you miss it. I truly feel that this pick-a-pile plant, this plant specifically misses this person. This plant specifically looks like it's in a warm embrace and nothing can stop it from being in this embrace. Ultimately, this plant, what I'm getting from it is it's sourced from one. There's something about you in this situation that has something duality. It's almost like you can't, like you've met your match. Anything else? Earth energy. Earth energy, when I pick up on earth energy, what that means to me is there is a need for stability here. I feel like there is a lot of in the air energy. This means fantasy realm, unrealistic, having a hard time grasping onto reality, staying in a dream state, fantasizing, again with this nostalgic energy. I feel like you take any time available to kind of sit back and hang out with this energy that you miss so much. Wow, Spirit, thank you for all of that information to make sure that I have connected with the right person. Let's next move on to the tarot. What's going on in this situation? I'm going to use past, present, and future energy, and or I'm just going to let the cards come out and I'm going to tell the story as the cards come out. We'll see. I'm kind of winging it. I didn't really have a plan for how this would go except for what decks I would use. Understanding that in this reading I'll probably give you some advice from the Fae. Also, I will back up this reading with another deck. We're going to do past, present, and future. What position, please? Oh, where did that card go? Okay, we'll leave that slot empty and we'll figure out what position it is and where it went. You know what? I'm going to take that as it wasn't meant to be seen. I don't know. I've never done that though. Oh yeah, I have. Okay. Okay, I've had all my cards. Bottom of the deck. Wow, 10 of chalices. This is your happily ever after, my friend. Whoever's clicked on this video and whoever chose that succulent itself is definitely looking into their happily ever after. And this is something that you can definitely be confident in. No doubt about it kind of energy. There's a lot of backed up energy. I'm already feeling this story. Ultimately, I would love to see this card, so I'm going to pause again. I apologize, but I need to get this card. Unless you want to watch me get the card to make sure I'm not cheating. Hold on, I'll get it. It's all the way back there. Okay, guys, hold on. I'm getting it. It's justice in the reverse. That was 3 times it came out in the reverse. Okay, guys. I usually don't get on my knees for anybody, just saying. Alright, let's get into this. I have dirty, dark jokes, just because how could you not when you're such a bright light? You know, you have to have, what do you call it? Contrast in your life, you know? Balance. All right, let's get into this song. 1212, definitely. All right, okay. So, ever since I thought, well, I'm not going to bring it up, but I definitely think that there is energy here emanating a very strong connection when it comes to a spiritual connection, past life connections, twin flame connections, soulmate connections. So if that's what you would like to talk about, and if that's what you've came for, there's definitely something in here for you. So let's go ahead and get the couple songs that are meant for you. Okay, your first song is Head Over Feet by Alanis Morissette. All right, so in this energy, it looks like in the recent past you have defined something that makes your heart beat, something that is unfamiliar in a way that it's tantalizing. It wakes you up. So, I mean, I'm going to talk twin flame here because I can't get away from this energy, especially with this song and your outcome and everything. The Knight of Wands, this is your recent past. There's something that you've discovered and ultimately it's fired you up. You have found something about this energy to light your fire. You have met your twin flame in the recent past. I'm feeling 3 years ago specifically, coming into realignment. I don't know specifically because I feel like you have had a past life relationship, whether that be in your childhood and or if you believe in that spiritually, there what has been a past life energy here. Ultimately, in the past, the Empress came out, understanding that once you came into alignment with this energy where you met, This is typical in the twin flame journey. When they meet, it's like your energies, once you call in your twin flame, there's something about your energy that shows this readiness of evolution together. Once you tap into that energy equally, you meet, reconcile, whatever it is. And in this moment, it's so intense and so unfamiliar because you've never felt anything like that energetically yet on this planet, or since you've been alive, that it, in one of the energies, it scares the shit out of one of them and one runs and the other is completely captivated and totally just like, what just happened? Let me know more. Let me find out more. Can I find out more? Can we connect more? And it becomes overwhelming. So the other one runs farther and farther, to the point where it causes a lot of conflict. It causes a lot of insecurities. It causes a lot of doubt, ultimately striking all of these major insecurities stemming from some major, past life traumas and or childhood traumas that need to be remedied, and or coming into your alignment, into your higher self is what's required. And that is what you're faced with when you meet your twin flame. The purpose of this is, once you meet, you have come into your potential. Understanding with this backed up energy, with this flame that is a part of you that has found you again, ultimately backing you up for who you are and your individuality. And ultimately, when you come together, if it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but ultimately, if it works out, you guys move mountains. You change lives. You change the direction on this earth. You literally, there's something about the twin flame vibration that heals. So ultimately, if you feel you are a healer and or this person is a healer and you're coming into your healing abilities, you are definitely in a twin flame journey. There's something about your energy that specifically heals. I don't even know if I need the cards. I'm not even reading them. But ultimately, this is your Empress. Because you have come into alignment, you've re-encountered your twin flame, you're fired up, you're inquisitive and or freaked out, but so much fire in it. Since you're a water sign that I picked up on at some point in your chart that's strong here, you don't like this fire. Fire freaks you out. Fire wants to, or water wants to put fire out. As soon as you see fire, you're just like, no, and you put it out. It's too hectic. It's too crazy. It's too unrealistic. It's too, it's frightening, honestly, to you. But ultimately, because of this energy, you can't deny it. Even if you do fear it, there is movement here, and ultimately coming into your Empress, coming into your femininity. So yeah, if I'm talking to the feminine aspect of this connection, ultimately that's what you're recognizing. So if there's anything that needs to be counseled, remedied about yourself, this is what's happening, and that's what's happened in the recent past, is some type of smack of reality of all of your problems, kind of a mirror of yourself. This is where you can't, ego can't lie to you anymore. You have to face your problems. You have to face your ego. You have to grow here. Otherwise, that you have to say goodbye. It's not going to work. You're not supposed to step into this alignment in this life, ultimately, is what the twin flame journey says. Moving on to the recent past, you feeling upside down in the Eight of Pentacles. It looks like anything that you put effort into, it was thrown back in your face as some type of imbalance or injustice, or some type of maybe a karmic imbalance. Maybe something was done wrong, some type of energetic imbalance, ultimately keeping you in this negative state in the past, keeping you, those people that just find the negative in everything instead of, they're just so negative. That's what I feel. I would love to see if there's anything that backs you up for your past. And then we'll move on to your current situation, which looks bright. Yeah, your morals and values are changing, and they are number one. In this energy, in your past, maybe what you're discovering, rediscovering, or trying to redefine is your spirituality, your morals, your values. It's all under question. You doubt things because of your past. You don't even believe in commitment. And this is ultimately the energy that is creating this cycle over and over and over again. But ultimately that realization with this 10 of Swords coming out to back me up, saying that this is the type of, this, and then another one, the 10, look at this, 10, 10, 10, 5. Yeah, so the thing keeping you from your twin flame, your soulmate, whatever, however you want to define this energy. It's really important in the past. You have understood that this is messing with your morals. It's messing with your values. Something's not right. And it's because your old self doesn't get along with your new potential, what you're coming, or what you're energetically trying to come into alignment with. But there you have an opportunity to learn here. Reestablish your morals, reestablish your values, and relearn what it is that you want to learn from this life, what it is that you want to teach in this life. Moving on to the 10 of Swords, this is backstabbing energy. The worst has already been done. With this being said, you can understand that there's a new opportunity to say that, okay, with that, the worst is over. We have an opportunity to begin new. And this opportunity is the 10 of Chalices, complete happiness and fulfillment. And that's the last card that came out. So definitely. All right, moving on to your current situation. It looks like still you're having this reoccurring feeling of nostalgia. You can't get away from thinking this cycle of memories and thought and fantasizing. It's like you cannot get away from this because it's so stuck. I feel like it's so overdue. There's some type of Knight of Chalices that is required here. So you're upside down in connecting your past to your present, and why the past is even coming up in your current mind, in your current emotions. With that thought alone, you're met with the heart of the matter here, and that is the Knave of Chalices. That's the Knight of Chalices. There's an opportunity and this attraction, this romantic vibe, this connection, this chemistry. That's what it is. This chemistry needs to be expressed. It looks like either you need to just spend so much time. No, it's an expression from whoever your person is. I'm not going to dance around it. That's for sure. With this being, with the Knave of Chalices coming out as the main energy, romance is. And then the Empress aligning, believing in romance. It's like the feminine aspect of this counterpart between the feminine and the masculine. The feminine is having a hard time believing in romance. The feminine specifically, if you look at this card, thinks that this aspect, this connection, everything about romance is a joke. It's a it's a glimmer, a mirage. It's not real. But the only thing around her, she can't, I mean, she's wearing it. She probably smells delicious. Her guides her thoughts, her emotions, everything is feeling this romance, but she feels it's an illusion. Putting this moment into unbalanced. So it looks like in your current situation, with this captivation of romance, this deep feeling of feeling your feels, you're fighting it. You're keeping this unbalanced energy around. There's nothing that is getting you out of it, even though it's obviously the main priority here, even though it's your main thought, even though you are consumed by it and truly captivated by it. Yeah, you're defending yourself. It's because you're spending your time defending yourself with the Seven of Wands coming out. It looks like it's really important for you. You still feel the need to defend yourself. You feel fearful. You feel like there's too much question, there's too much doubt, there's too much unrealistic energy, ultimately leaving you feel the need to protect yourself through this emotional situation. Look at this card. He's holding on so tight to his stuff and what he has as he's going through this marshy, mucky, ucky water, which is standing for your emotions. And again, your emotions, that's where you're putting your emotions, is in this mucky, ucky water. You're putting it into, she's reflecting upon water. She's reflecting upon her emotions. Yeah, and defending herself still. But there is a strong need to find balance here with this Justice card, but with it coming out in the reverse, still having a hard time finding balance in your current situation. I feel like there's a lot of maybe your twin flame and or you are having a hard time finding out how to break this cycle, to start again with all of these tens. I don't see any ones. Yes, I do. And it's upside down. So that's exactly what's going on. Somebody's having a hard time finding a new beginning, breaking the ice, opening up communication. I feel, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. So balance is what's needed. Ultimately, in the future, I feel like that's what's realized. One of the two of you, and I feel like it's the one that's fired up, the chaser. Not the runner. Whoever's running right now, I just heard blocked. Whoever's running right now ultimately is looking for some truth. And that's all that's required here with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords specifically says, I'm on the hunt and I have a mission to go find the truth in order to start this thing, to back myself up, to look towards moving towards something, moving towards truth. So the chaser is looking for truth. No, no, the runner is looking for truth. The chaser needs to provide truth in order for this new beginning, in order to put some emotion into this situation, a new beginning when it comes to this connection. Moving on to the future. Again, yes, with this Knave of Swords. Next is the Ace of Chalices, and it came out in the upright position. It looks like, again, this energy is being blocked, this new beginning. It looks like somebody doesn't want to put into it. Somebody doesn't want to give their cup to somebody because of arguments, because of friction, because of judgment, because of disharmony, conflict. So maybe this aspect of working together, moving towards judgment. When it comes to judgment coming out, again, did it come? No, justice. It was, okay. So somebody doesn't want to give into this new beginning. Somebody is scared still. They're still defending themselves. They still feel like they're threatened. Ultimately, keeping this in balance with the Justice card coming in, the reverse, moving on to the runner, needing some type of truth. Otherwise, it looks like the runner's flying with this kite. Even with the memories, even with the fond memories attached to this kite, this fiery energy is out of here. And truth is what's required to keep this thin string holding on. So my advice would definitely, if there's any way to help, yeah, put into it. That's it. So that's my advice, is if anything, what you can do is put into it energetically. If you can't do something to help, if you're not the runner, if you're not being chased, if you are being chased, my advice to you specifically is to put into this as well as you can. Protect yourself with what you know, because you, no matter what, needs to be the priority here, and keeping your boundaries. Maybe next would be setting up boundaries, but ultimately put into it. Give it a chance. If you are the chaser, it's really important with these swords to apply truth, give truth, and as soon as you give truth with this 8, you will be able to start flowing. Moving on to Judgment, the last card that came out, but it came out in the reverse. So with what I've said, what position are we in? We're in the upright position. So with the advice that I've already given you, we're changing this Judgment so you're not being judged. You feel if you were to put into this, you would be looked at, you would be judged, judged on everything that you've done, everything that you do, everything that you've done in the past specifically. You feel like you come into judgment, like come into purgatory, where you have to face everything that you've done in the past to this person. And that's not reality. The defense and water don't get along. That's why 7 is here with the wands. 7 and, yeah, it just doesn't match. So it looks like with the advice that I gave you, the Judgment goes in the upright position, ultimately bringing you your peace, bringing you your karmic balance back. You are putting in so much work. It looks like you've done a lot of healing, and you're still healing. And the fact that you're healing and you're putting so much effort into the healing process, that is actually feeding this connection to the point where if you were to even express yourself and start talking with some type of truth, that you would actually find balance with this, because you're karmically coming into balance. There's nothing karmically wrong here right now. There's balance between the two of you, to the point where nobody can hold anything over anybody's head, because there's been forgiveness. There's been time passed and there's been healing. Yeah, there's the other 10, the last available. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, collaboration is required. A wish is being granted. This is something that's been the bottom of the deck energy with this 3 of Wands. It looks like this is something that you've been manifesting and dreaming and living in for a very long time. You have been sitting back in a distance for a while, looking on your stars, creating what it is that you want for yourself and what you want from this. And there's a lot of faithful energy around this, and I think that's what has made you feel okay about this, honestly. But again, the last card to come out was the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles being your last card to come out, and when I first shuffled, the 10 of Chalices being your last card to come out. And then as I was backing up this energy, the 10 of Chalices again. This is meant to be energy. And I feel specifically, if you guys heal yourselves individually and come together as healed individuals, and or at this point help each other heal in the last aspect of your healing journey together, supporting each other, but again, what's really important in order for this to work. If you guys come together physically, like literally talking to each other, and collaborating together, in order for this to work, conflict needs to be avoided. And the only way for conflict to be avoided is setting up your boundaries, letting these boundaries be known, and speaking truth only from your heart, because I feel both energies are only interested in the core truth from each other. You can't dance around in lies anymore. This conflict is numero uno, number one, most important thing that needs to be prioritized if you guys come together, is understanding that this energy is fated. This energy is complete happiness, complete fulfillment, complete stability. And things will be able to grow from this. And so many lessons will be learned from this, to the point where those lessons will be applied to yours and theirs and generations to come. Major lesson in life. This is, yeah. I'm surprised the world didn't come out, honestly. Okay, do we need any more? Let's get some advice from the Fae. What would the Fae like to say? How can we help this energy find the best conclusion in this 10? What advice can we give them? Thank you so much for liking this video. I really appreciate it, and I love to interact with you guys. That's my favorite part. Okay, advice from the Fae. They're always the ones in the background. So trust in this advice, knowing that they've seen every aspect of this situation. And the cards that came out is temptation. You are in denial about this unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. The fairy says that you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. Beautiful. Acclamation. Definitely finding acclamation in this situation. Then nature's signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only to open our hearts and minds. I feel maybe you've been fighting these signs and synchronicities around you, because you're a bit shielded. You're a bit overwhelmed emotionally when it comes to this situation. Again, that was the first word that I said, I think, or one of the first phrases I said was, you've met your match. And I think this puts you in a really emotional, emotional, vulnerable. You're emotionally vulnerable, and you're putting this off as a temptation, and a quick look at yourself and understanding that the power to overcome this temptation will help you get out of it. It looks like this person is trapped by the earth, too grounded. I don't know, take that as it may, and take it what you will from that. I think that's all I see from you guys. Thank you so much for your energy. Here it is back. I look forward to seeing you, especially if you've subscribed to the free channel. Hit the bell if you want it to be catered to you. I'll see you later. Bye. Well, to be continued. I'm really sad, actually, because I've been growing this for a really long time. But I was adjusting my I was adjusting my lighting and it broke. So let this be an omen that this needs a new foundation. It needs to regrow. And by golly, I'm gonna freaking make it regrow because I freaking love that plant. Okay, just thought you needed to see that. Regrow. Put what's required to make growth happen. Hey, pile 2, if you chose this succulent to be your plant, there is definitely a message here for you. I already see so much in this plant. I'm learning how to read anything natural, and ultimately from this plant I am seeing a fiery energy. Ultimately, it looks like this fiery energy has gone through a major transformation to the point where this transformation has hit the point of glow up. This glow up is actually what's fueling you right now. It looks like because of this, there's a lot about your unique self, the unique aspects of yourself that are kind of rediscovering themselves. But ultimately, through this self-discovery, this rediscovery of self, you're actually understanding that you are so much stronger and so much bigger than you had originally thought. Okay, let's get into it. First, let's define. I got dirt everywhere. That plant broke. If you want to see what happened, just rewind a couple seconds. I'm really devastated a little. I'll get over it. I really am connected with my plants, and it really freaks me out when stuff like that happens. Especially plants like that. All right, let's next move. I would like to get some channeled messages, despite what I've already heard, from Spirit to pronounce who this is that I have come into contact with. Thank you so much for coming across my video and showing your love. Okay. Yeah, so much shiny. I keep on focusing on all the shiny things. Calm, content, which doesn't match that energy at all. Let's see what that has to say. It looks like, but look at her. Zombie mode. There's a reason to hold back right now. So it looks like you need to hold back. You have a need to, Okay. All right. There's a need to hold back in your current situation. There's something about your current safety, your inner four walls, and the confinement around it that's actually giving you not stability, but what's the word? Comfort, making you feel safe. It's like you're watching from the inside out because you're currently going through a major transition, or maybe you're coming out of a major transition, especially with this hottie sitting there. This calm, content hottie has everything that she needs, and she is sitting in her own, I just saw nine of Pentacles, living in her own luxuries, feeling confident in self. So much luxury and comfort around this person. But ultimately, it looks like there's a lot of closed off energy. And it looks like you are either forced into this confinement, into this darkness, or that's the state that you're in, ultimately really about to expose yourself. This is, I feel, the glow up. This is where you're ready to shine. Yes, maybe the glow up's already happened, but there's something about you wanting to express yourself with this hello gorgeous. So after you've gone through this major zombie mode where you are almost over being in this mode, you can't be in your four walls for much longer, kind of cabin fever maybe. You're ready to start expressing yourself. But there's something about this cycle needing to finish itself, because there is a lot of being vulnerable, the feeling of being vulnerable right now. So thank you, Spirit, for that channeled message with the backup of the cards. If that resonates with you and your energy, there is definitely something in this Pick a Plant reading for you. Let's find, I have 2 songs for you. If you connect audibly, there's 2 songs for this reading. Your first song is Wasted on You. I'll put it in the information below, by Evanescence. Your next song is Leather Jacket by Thunder Bitch. That's right. All right, let's find out from the tarot what's going on in your situation, past, present, and future. It's almost like the last time you were out and actually putting an effort into growing, into putting an effort into your life, you were in a completely different situation. It's like this time, there's been such a time lapse that this time when you step out of your cave, you're going to be a completely different creature. It's almost, yeah, it's going to make you vulnerable. I don't know if you're ready for this. Let's get into it and find out. From the past, recently, what's going on? Okay. Wow, just like the last, no, different. The 9 of Wands in reverse. The Knave of Pentacles in the upright position. And then the Knight of Swords in the upright position. This is your recent past. So definitely in your recent past, you have found something to work for. Even if it's hard, you have put blood, sweat, and tears to the point where you say, if I put any more blood, sweat, and tears into this, I am done for. Put the nails in my coffin, throw the dirt on me, I'm done. Literally, if something doesn't come from this, then I'm gonna, like I said, dead. But understanding in your recent past that something about your situation is making this very, very slow and bogged down. And you, something about your lesson, something about you having to grasp onto patience, learning the patience lesson when it comes to your spiritual self, being patient is important, and trusting. Something about your current situation, you learning as much as you can, you absorbing as much as you can, seeing as much as you can. Ultimately, all of this time in this boredom, in this time spent, in this slow progress, you are progressing faster than you actually think. There's some type of, it's something is about when you emerge, you're going to be higher than the rest. It's like you're the secret weapon. Let's get into it more. You're currently in an emotional chaos, though. You're, like I said, you're kind of homebound. I don't know if this is some type of depression, but there's some type of ending that has done this. What's the last card here for pile 2, plant 2? The Ace of Swords. Let's find out what position that's supposed to be in. That reverse. Bottom of the deck energy is the 3 of Swords. This is the underlying energy and the strength. Yeah. Okay, I'll take it. Okay. Oh, ooh, I'll take it too. I saw something with that for sure. Okay, I can tell you with these ending cards, just to give you a glimpse of what I'm getting to. You are about to be recognized, and you are kind of underwhelmed right now because you feel like your potential is held back, but something about this held back energy is actually for your greater good. If you utilize this energy, study as much as you can, learn as much as you can. Your inquisitive nature, everything that you see, the more exposure you get in this moment, the more that you're able to grow. There's something about frequencies, there's something about God, I feel like it's just a constant download in your energy if you are open to it. If you are showing inquisitive energy, if you're showing like like literally I just saw your aura a sponge. Like a green sponge. Whatever you absorb creates growth. And anything that has knowledge to give, you are literally receptive to it. It's literally like sucked up. So in the past, your situation, you're confined, you're content in this situation, you're glowing up privately, but you're doing it. Ultimately, in this, you are coming into satisfaction. You're coming into alignment. You are finally discovering your purpose. You are finally discovering your path. It looks like the Knight of Swords, there's something about your senses, smell, sight, hearing specifically, what is that, gousiance? Is it when you smell and taste? Clairaudient for your hearing, and then clairvoyant is the one that you are. It's always led. I feel like it's always been a leading factor, but is the most feared aspect of your sight. But something about that, weird. I usually don't see that with the Knight of Swords. Okay, that's charity work. Have you ever considered charity work? That was a message from Spirit. Moving on to your current situation, the 10 of Wands. You have finally, in your current situation, felt that you have been able to put the work in. So much to the point where you can go to sleep at night saying that I've done everything that I can, and I put every aspect or put every ounce of energy into this and done as well as I can today. Every single day you have made sure that you have put everything that you can into your current situation. Ultimately, the point of putting all of this effort and the satisfaction is so satisfying. I feel like you're really proud of yourself every single day in the work that you put into this situation. Ultimately, you get to, because of your hard work, you are creating flow. You're creating a new opportunity with this 10 of Wands. But the fact that your reality is still kind of dealing with emotional turmoil, some type of ending, some type of breakup, some type of split, ultimately that needs to be dealt with this 5 of Chalices. That's the heart of the matter. If there's anything holding you back, if you had a question of what's holding you back, it's actually dealing with your emotional turmoil, your burdens that that have held you back in the past. It looks like your priorities are so strong. You are determined, but even the most determined person can't evolve into next stage until they've dealt with every aspect of themselves. There's so much about everything about you that you're required to be a certain amount of stable to move on to your next the next phase. Moving on to the star. This ultimately, from childhood, I literally feel like this is something you've been dreaming of and wishing for and wanting for yourself for a very long time, since you were a little person. I just said little guy in my head, so if you're a male, that's who I'm talking to. But since you were a little one, literally wishing on a star, this is what I've always wanted for myself. This is what I've always dreamed for myself. You're currently feeling this energy, and I feel like this is ultimately what's pushing you towards finding balance with the star. This nostalgic energy of what you've always wanted for yourself, what it is that you're creating for a reason. It's like you're remembering that this has always been a dream. This is not only sourced from what currently is happening, it's because you've always had this. There's something in it for this world. So understanding that you are actually creating balance with what you put into it. I'd like to see if there's any backed up energy so far. Yeah, this 5 of chalices energy and your current energy, I feel like you're extremely vulnerable and really quick to react. What's the word? Unstable. Oh, I don't want to say it, but yeah, emotionally unstable. It's really important in this moment for you to be in a safe space. If your safe space is your room, let it be. If your safe space is at work in your office and you're alone in your office, let it be. Or at home watching Netflix, eating popcorn. Are there any backed up cards that need to come out so far? Collaboration is needed. I hear you. You need your friends right now. There's this imbalance that you're currently dealing with. It looks like you need to rely on your friends. Support from your friends, family, your closest, nearest, dearest, the people you trust. Specifically, yeah, they'll make you smile. They'll bring you out of this. They'll highlight the happiness. They'll help you get out of this 5 of chalices. Also, it's really important for you to follow your intuition and your divine path. Nobody else's. Your individuality is extremely important in this situation. Applying yourself, doing something with yourself, putting yourself out there, even if you're scared, even if you fear it and can't get over the hump. There's someday you're just gonna have to hit go and just do it anyways. And I feel like as soon as that happens, as soon as you start putting into it, like officially hit play, whatever it is. I keep on seeing a vision of an old VCR and hitting the play button. And as soon as this button is hit, everybody sits down and enjoys the night. But something about your emotional vulnerability, how vulnerable you feel right now. What's required in that? If you feel like you don't feel safe to put yourself out there, but you actually want to, you're fighting yourself because of your fears, it's really important for you to take the opportunity to grow, to face your fears, to evolve, because you can be in this held back energy, this slow, not going anywhere energy. Of course you can, but understanding that there's a new opportunity as soon as you put into it with this 8 of chalices, moving on to the Fool in your future. There is a new opportunity here, and man, you're gonna feel a rush of confidence as soon as you put into this, to the point where passionately you put into it, fiercelessly you'll put everything into it, and then all of a sudden you're going to be shining, glowing. Your glow up that's been held back for so long will finally be able to be seen, and you'll go out. Look at the first card compared to this card. This is you at the beginning. Yeah, you're fine in your own four walls, watching from the outside or from the inside out. But something about this forward progress, you can actually go out and shine yourself. Look how they are literally the same character. It's insane. She's finally able to apply herself and, yeah, do what's required next. But again, collaboration is needed with this friendly energy. Again, it's really important for you to accept help in this moment, to take advice, find creative collaboration in your situation, but maintaining your individuality is extremely important. So if boundaries need to be made around this, so if somebody comes and says, hey, I'm here to help you through this, you say, hey, I'm totally down for some help, but nothing's expected from this, right? Question mark. And this person will come back with hopefully the truth and saying, no expectations. This is collaboration towards one certain purpose, one clear purpose. It looks like it's important for you, again, to stand up for yourself, to stand in your strength and be compassionate towards yourself. Understand that you are creating a balance right now, and you're putting as well as you can into it. And with this, you will start receiving equally. If you don't receive equally, then that thing specifically needs to exit your situation. Anything that belongs in your life will equally give. There will be clear collaboration. There will be equal reciprocity. There will be equal give and take. If you're not receiving equally into the work that you're doing, then that energy needs to be kicked out ASAP. Soon, as soon as all of this energy, what we're talking about and what I've come into contact with and the advice that I've given you, you're landing into the Six of Pentacles, finally shining, finally being recognized for the work that you're doing, finally receiving this reciprocity and being noticed, shining, shiny, shiny, shiny. You're finally getting what you've always hoped for, and it's the opportunity is finally finding its balance. All right, let's next move to advice from the Fae. The Fae are always around. They're the silent observers. They're the fly on the wall. Please understand that the Fae understand and have seen everything thus far. So, I'm getting advice from them right now. From someone that's seen every aspect of what this person has gone through, what advice is best to be given to them? Wisdom and manifestation. Beautiful. And healing, always. Definitely following the limelight, following the light, following what it is that grows. That's extremely important. Healing. If anything starts taking from you or harming you or hurting you, escape this energy and go towards health, go towards healing. If you grow from this, if you feel like you're recovering from this energy, if you feel like you are being like therapy, like just follow healing energy. Wisdom. Have you ever been told that you were wise beyond your own years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with this challenge. There is something about your inner knowing. There is something that you've already learned in the past that you can apply to this knowledge or apply to this situation. Apply a past lesson that you've already learned to this current situation specifically. Manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now Write it down on paper. Manifestation, step one. It's understood that in the manifestation world, when you're creating a picture for self, that you be as specific as possible, and or what's needed. If there are specifics required in your situation of what it is that you want from it, it's important that you apply your desire for that. Talk, put it in words, create what it is that you want. Okay, pile 2. I think that's all I see. Thank you so much for sharing your energy. Thank you for liking this video. I definitely appreciate anytime you guys interact with me, and it helps support my channel to grow. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye. Hello to whoever chose succulent plant number 3. If you chose this, there's definitely something in this message for you. Sit back, open up. First, I plan to channel some messages to define who I've connected with, to make sure you've chosen the right pile. Then I'm going to get a little further into that channeling process, and then we'll start getting into what it is that you're meant to hear. What is meant for you in this? What message is meant for you? Let's go ahead and get into it. First, what I see with your succulent, sorry. So besides the actual succulent itself, it has been uprooted by accident. Something happened. It was a tragic accident. It had a big family, literally, and it's been thriving and doing well, and they've been creating more family members, whatever. It's been growing where this succulent has been living. And then one day, like I said, the succulent, some type of major accident. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there to see it, but I'm feeling like some type of kitty cat thing. But ultimately, it got uprooted. And it got uprooted in such a way that its roots were still there and intact. Nothing about it was harmed. So I was able to transport it and hopefully propagate it into its own family. So I feel specifically in this message, what I'm channeling, besides that actual story itself, defining that you're trying to find your independence and trying to grow something from your source, from you, from your independence and from your individuality. There's definitely something in this message for you if that resonates. Also, I did literally pick up on that Kelly Clarkson song, Miss Independent. So I really do feel backed up in that energy when I do tell you you did step away from something pretty foundational, something really, really solid to find your own individuality. So that's what I've channeled so far. Let's get into it with some oracle cards. Also, after this, I'm going to pull up a couple of songs for you. Thank you so much for liking this video. I really appreciate it. And if you've commented, I am looking forward to connecting with you. I love reading your guys' comments and interacting with you guys. Okay, what else, Spirit? What else needs to be pronounced to help whoever clicked on this video and chose that succulent to know that this is their reading? Okay, I feel like you need protection, just like pile 2 or plant 2. There's this sense of vulnerability in your situation. Yeah, overwhelmed. To the point of being overwhelmed. But you're really working hard on focusing in on what it is that's meant for you. Harnessing your individuality, really shining so in love. It looks like you are stepping into your own confidence. You're falling in love with yourself. You're growing. It's really, really important for you to find something to root yourself in. Thrive in wherever you decide to root yourself. Let it be somewhere temporary. This doesn't have to be the end game. Understand the transition that you're going through is not permanent. There is something about you evolving 3 more times, 3 times fold. There's something about your evolution that this is the beginning. But in this transition, it's really important to love yourself, to reflect on this love and grow from this love. I feel like not only have you not found maybe something about where it is you came from, with all of those spirits, all of those energies, I feel like it was either a big company where you weren't seen, or a big family where you weren't seen. Whatever it is, there's something about you, your unique aspect of yourself that wasn't able to shine. Ultimately, it's important for you to regain that love from self. Whatever love you have always wanted, always hungered for, always felt sorrow because you weren't getting that, kind of put you upside down for a while. That is the type of love that you deserve, and that's the type of love you deserve to give yourself. I didn't get that until I was a little bit more mature, like in the late 30s, but literally loving yourself means respecting you, making sure that you are treated well in every way, shape, or form throughout the day, that making sure that you're respected, making sure that you're heard, making sure that you are feeding yourself, that you're growing, that you're stable, prioritizing yourself, communicating your needs. It's really about advocating for yourself. Ultimately, once you come into this, you will be able to grow so many levels, like beyond, like I feel like you're going to skip some levels is seriously what I'm feeling. I feel like because you've been in this big group of people for so long, you've been having to share the nutrients. You've been having to share the lessons. You haven't been able to thrive or strive in any of this because this energy was kind of split between the months, like the whoever was around. We'll use your family. You had to split, dinner, your spaghetti dinner with 12 people. No, it was maybe 12, between 8 and 12. Anyways, that's just how many succulents this came from. So that's why I get that number. Ultimately, yeah, you had to split your spaghetti meal between all of these individuals. So no, you couldn't have extra. You couldn't fill yourself to the brim. So there's something about you being now malnourished in your current situation, ultimately making you kind of passive and the nice guy. Always being the nice guy, always being taken from, always being the one to give, always being the one to be taken from. Maybe you're always the one that, the selfish brother comes to you and says, you don't mind if I have half of your spaghetti, right? And you're just like, of course not. You're just being nice. This is going to change. I can feel that. In your imperfectly perfect self, you are discovering who it is that you are meant to be. Yeah, you're timid and shy and you're saying kiss my ass. You are coming into self and you're coming into self-respect. You're starting to stand up for yourself. If the strength card comes out, I wouldn't be surprised. You're definitely stepping up into your queendom. You are the queen. You are the queen bee, and you have a kingdom to run here, and that is being slapped in my face right now. No matter where you're coming from, no matter how small you feel right now, falling in love with yourself and falling in love with your potential and working on what it is that you have wanted for yourself for a very long time, and getting out of this passive energy and really growing putting your feet somewhere and actually growing your own, getting established on your own. You are able to say kiss my ass to all of these people that have controlled your heart, and ultimately stepping into this new beginning. Any type of new beginning is definitely, you feel vulnerable, timid, and shy. Let's get into the tarot. From past, present, to future, let's figure out what's going on in your situation. And then we'll get some advice from the Fae. If I need, we'll get backed up energy. Thank you so much for liking the video. It's helping my channel grow so much, little by little. It's taken a while, but finally we're getting there, and I really appreciate your guys' interaction. First card out for your past is Temperance. Working on finding stability in your situation. And then next to come out is the Three of Pentacles. Understanding that collaboration is no longer an option. Either you don't want help anymore, or help is being refused to you. But either way, you have to find your own balance, like I said. And then the Ten of Pentacles came out. Working on your current situation is the Ace of Chalices. Next, oh, I don't accept that. The heart of the matter in your current situation, the Six of Pentacles finally being seen. There's something bigger, you know it. There's something bigger inside of you. You have a bigger purpose than your current situation. The King of Pentacles in your future, backed up by the High Priestess. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse, or what position is this? Yeah, in the reverse. Last card. The Wheel. How awesome is that? Oh, can you see the cards? Sorry, I thought I adjusted that. Apparently I did not. Alright, so last card, pretty much your outcome to the situation is the Wheel. Specifically, that means the cycle is finally coming to an end. It's seen all that it's supposed to see, and it's ready to move on to something new. I don't know why backs, no. Okay, back of the deck. Here we go. Alright. The Justice. You will finally feel balance and feel like you need to get there. All right, let's look at what this situation says. So it looks like in your recent past, the Temperance has come around. Here, let's actually start your music. Sorry. I think I'm tired. Is that official? Too many readings in one day makes one a very tired one. Happy family. Okay, wow. So I'm gonna put the two songs down in the information, but ultimately this is the two songs that came up for your reading. Happy Family by Sandra Karma, and I felt that karma, and then Jealousy by Meg Myers. All right, I'm going to listen to these songs, see what I get from it. You should too, if this reading, especially if it resonates, but ultimately, if so far I've picked up on your energy, I'm ready to get into this reading. I apologize for my scattered brain, but I am tired. All right, it looks like in the recent past, like I said, you found the need to find temperance in your situation, and ultimately you're striving and reaching and looking for ways to find balance in your life. And you have found that that is through independence. You're understanding that where you're at in your situation with this Three of Pentacles in reverse, that there's not a whole lot of growing together, for at least when it comes to what it is that you want from life. You're not getting a lot of collaboration. You're not getting a lot of help from either this company that's too big for you or this family that's huge. Whatever it is, let it resonate. But ultimately, with this understanding, you're ready to move on to your 10 of Pentacles. You're ready to work on your solid foundation, your final product, your happily ever after. This is the type of foundation you literally, you're not kidding when you say, I'm ready to put the work into this situation. You're talking generations, a foundation for generations to come. You want to build either a company on your own accord and make it go beyond where your current company is. Or if your family, again, your family has gone through a massive evolution. It looks like there's a huge amount of growth when it comes to your family, but there's something about what you can do next that causes a massive evolution that literally starts a major foundation for you and generations to come. And ultimately, that's the current situation. Either you have already come across this just recently, or you're stepping into it in the now. But ultimately, this is your opportunity and it's being presented to you. And ultimately, it's not only making you first and foremost emotionally like excited and like you can finally start putting something into this, but it feels like a brand new opportunity. I'm gonna turn this music down because it's starting to get to me. I was trying to give you guys something to listen to, but it's like high pitched, getting interference. All right. Moving on to the heart of the matter. In your current situation, you've been crossed with this new opportunity that you really want to put your heart and soul into. This is the stuff you've been talking about. This is literally, if you could have defined something that you wanted to apply yourself to, this is the definition of what it is. So with that, you have finally been able to apply yourself to something that actually works. And with that realization, or with that happening, you're finally able to shine. You are finally finding balance. You're finally getting a taste of what it's worth when you take control of your own life and start living in your own dreams and working towards your own growth and your own evolution. Ultimately, it's feeding some type of community situation. There's something in your community that will be able to thrive specifically because of your work. Ultimately, even feeding you further, backing your family, backing this foundation that you're working towards, this 10 of Pentacles, up to the point where you are supported by your community around you. So not only will you have the most strong house on the block, you will literally be protected and supported and by your own community. It's amazing. The sun came out next in your current situation, and that ultimately makes anything upside down upright in your situation. Ultimately, you have finally found joy in your path. You found joy in your current situation. You're finding happiness. You're finding things that everything around you feels like it's growing. You feel specifically that the source of this growth, like you are the most growing of all of these things growing around you. You're thriving in this energy to the point where it's propelling you into the future, finding your establishment. finally finding the place that you can feel stable enough, organized enough, supported enough, like you're influential, like you can make an impact. Everybody vibes with you. Everybody looks up to you. Yeah, that's what you're stepping into in the future. You're literally coming into your King of Pentacles. You are a networking animal. And ultimately, every time that you network, which is correspond with anything that has to do with your growth, you are making things multiply and multiply and multiply. It's just like, I'm not going to say pyramid scheme vibe, but ultimately that's the vibe I'm getting, is everything you do is creating more and more references, just everything about it. You are just thriving. And because of this, you are finding balance. You are finding that you are coming into attunement. Something about finally loving yourself, this being the catalyst, finally coming into all of what it is that you're supposed to come into and what you're working towards and what you envision for yourself, finally coming into this new company or this new family or whatever it is. Take it as it resonates. But ultimately, like I said, you will come into attunement to the point where your self-confidence is shining so high that something about your intuition that is far and it's higher above all of the rest, and this puts you above the rest, and it kind of helps you be the best in your field specifically. Let me see if there's anything that wants to back that energy up. The Eight of Pentacles. Let's see. The Queen of Chalices. So not only are you finding, oh man, all sources. You are literally coming in, I can't get away from this, coming into attunement, you're acclimating into self. You're stepping into your higher good. You're literally making so many accomplishments. You are making and completing cycles and you're going to find, okay. So, backing myself up in your current situation and what you're leading into in your future is the Knight of Pentacles next. The Knight of Pentacles says that there's so much work to be done, and I am willing and passionate, and I am not only willing, but I am available and able-bodied. There's something about your mind, something about your physical strength, something about what it is that you know, your knowledge, that is the perfect vessel, the perfect catalyst, the perfect energy for growth. And not only are you the King of Pentacles, but you are backed up by the Knight of Pentacles. So you are a young king. You are so fiery. You are so hot. You are so on fire. You are thriving. Be careful about ego. Be careful about getting trapped in old lessons, old traps that can bring you back or take you back a couple notches. Look towards growth only. If you feel anything that energetically has come into you, or you energetically have come into something else, and it starts taking from you in any way, shape, or form, get away from it, because you're meant for growth in the coming future. Ultimately, completing a major cycle. Like you, to me, this means coming into evolution of self, coming into your higher self, and creating a whole new path, creating a new, like, extra, something huge. I don't know what it is, but ultimately you are completing this, or you are able to complete this to the point where you will, I mean, historically be able to talk about this for generations. ultimately justifying you and your energy. And I feel specifically with this Two of Cups and another Knight of Pentacles and this 10 of Pentacles coming out to back me up, plus the Judgment card. I feel like this is not only completing something from your like forefathers, something from your God, I'm tapping into like really ancient vibes here. There's something about your heritage. You are literally completing something that has started a long time ago. Ultimately, because of this, you are able to, and because of how young you are and how thriving you are literally, you are coming into judgment. You are literally yourself, you as a soul, and your family are evolving into something whole, something new, something much deeper than I can get into now. But you're ultimately, like I said, you're setting a foundation for your family for generations. And yeah, they're going to thrive in that energy for a very long time. Something about the Two of Chalices, finding partnership and love and commitment when it comes to some type of compatible energy, finding some type of partnership in this compatible energy. They both have an emotional cup to give, and they are both meeting each other with that cup and ready to give together and give into each other. The Queen of Chalices is ultimately bringing emotional stability, so maybe that's where the Two of Cups comes from. Is finally, I mean, you're finding love at some point, and you will find balance from this. Ultimately, giving your heart that type of emotional fulfillment that you've always wanted to find balance in. Wow, God. I think did I breathe that whole time? I felt like I was channeling that whole last part, like without breathing. All right, let's see. What else needs to be seen or heard? I'm asking from guidance and advice from the Fae. In my opinion, the Fae are kind of like the all-seeing eye. They're always there. Small and minuscule, yes, but definitely always there in their own little way. The fly on the wall. So I'm asking from someone that's been there from the beginning, middle, and end, some advice for you. Believe in magic, which is weird for someone that's trying to make such a strong foundation. So there's something about, yeah, you being rooted and or trying to become rooted. And at the same time, you need to keep some magic in the mix. What else? I think that's it. Yeah. And then life energy. I told you. Tap into your life energy. Definitely. Even your innocence. There's something about you and your unique, whatever your idea, whatever it is that you're working on, and it being so innocent because it's never been heard or seen by anybody else, or it's just this idea hasn't been around. It's very innocent. But ultimately from this card it says purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within you, you will find the answer to your question. Even though you think your heart doesn't need to be involved in this situation, you're actually finding balance when it comes to your heart from, or balance in your situation from your heart. And then the first card to come out, advice from the Fae, believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern lights say you are a part of nature, so you are magical too. And then life energy. This is the evolution that I'm feeling. You are literally like creating a new chord in your DNA. This is a true evolution, stepping into higher self and evolving. Life energy. This happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. Again, God, it backs up everything that I said. Transformation is definitely key here as well. If you're going through transformation, let it be known that you have a higher purpose. Okay, guys, I think that's all I have to say. I did have to say one thing at the beginning, and I did forget it. I had the need to put up my hair and get, like, serious in this reading. So same for you. If you want to put up your hair and get serious, don't feel a fool doing it. Step into your confidence and go somewhere. You have a purpose. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you, especially if you're a subscriber. If not, it's easy and free. Just hit the subscriber button and the heart. The bell, if you would like to have it catered to your energy. I'll see you guys later. Bye.